I did not see this ending coming. Amaya dying.
Oh my god, I forgot!
Yeah.
Smart!
Yeah, it was...
Alright, well we are back with our second half of our Legends of Super Flarrow recap for this week. We're going to do DC Legends and then Arrow. I'm Shannon.
I'm Jadon.
And we're going to argue.
Maybe not.
No, we're going to argue. So we'll do Legends first, and I still, to this, it's, 4 days later, and I don't know how I feel about this episode.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed them.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I kind of feel like Legends is the joke of the series, the 4 shows.
But they embrace it, and that makes it all the better. It helps me overlook some of the problems I would have for any other show.
All right, maybe. I did enjoy a lot of this episode. It shocked me twice, and that doesn't happen. And it shocked me twice in the first 2 minutes.
Oh, in the first 2 minutes? For me, it was the last couple minutes.
Well, we'll probably get there, but I even wrote down, gasp! That's how you know it shocked me.
Did you not know that she was going to be the...
Had no clue that Felicity was the vigilante!
Yeah, they had like this... they had I guess concept art for her costume circulating the whole...
Oh yeah, no clue. I don't really go on Tumblr for anything other than Supergirl right now, and some Buffy.
I saw it on Twitter.
But so they're chasing a vigilante, and as soon as they show it's Felicity, I was again watching it at work, and I went, oh! Yeah. And I loved it. And then they snapped her neck, and I again went, oh!
That had been spoiled for me. I seen that tweet I showed you like right before I started watching it on accident. I didn't mean to, but
yeah.
I thought I don't know if she used T-spheres. They looked like it. But
it looked like it.
They exploded into gas or whatever. It looked really cool.
I was just excited to see Vigilante Felicity. I don't ever want her to be a vigilante.
Yeah, and
or if she is, I want it to be how she was in the show this episode.
Yeah, that's one that's...
But I loved it.
So I guess Guggenheim has 2 rules, I guess, that he'll never break. One is he'll never kill Thea, for some reason. Because killing the Lance family and resurrecting them 1,000 times is...
And causing them nothing but pain all the time.
Yeah, that's okay. But, and then the other was Felicity ever being a superhero.
I did see that, because since watching this episode, I for sure went to Tumblr, and then I was just pissed off, because... Somebody was on there, the universe is... What was it? You just showed it to me and I told you I'd already seen
Everything in the universe is right.
And it was Damien Dark having them snap Felicity's neck. No! Stop hating on Felicity, especially you!
I laughed hard. Well, like, our problems are actually kind of with the entire beginning scene, because, one, the free running looks stupid. Like, there's a scene where, like...
Oh, but she snaps her ankle?
That looked... Ugh. But when she runs up the stairs, she jumps through the railings or something, and it's like that took more time than
running
actually
up the
run
stairs.
around. Yeah, so the whole free running aspect I didn't like. I didn't like the weird thing between Sarah and Amaya where they look at each other and smile evilly. And
why not? I loved that.
That's always bugged me in any show. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I loved evil Amaya and Sarah.
And like I said...
And everybody's talking about how they have probably been sleeping together the whole time in this universe.
I never liked Felicity with dark hair.
This wig looks terrible.
And as I was telling you before, the voice was terrible. And it's, like I told you, none of the other female superheroes use a voice. It's Arrow, mostly Arrow and Diggle. They deepen their voice. But she's trying to do something like that, and it wasn't comedic.
I don't think it was meant to be comedic.
If it was meant to be comedic, I would have been totally fine with it. But it sounded stupid. Because she was making these grunts when she was running.
So the only reason that Felicity would ever be a vigilante is if all of the rest of the team died.
Yeah.
And she would. So this is, and I haven't even put any thought into it until this moment.
Okay.
But think about it. If she were gonna model herself after any vigilante, it would be Oliver and Diggle.
Okay, I get that.
So she would think I have to deepen my voice because I have a very distinct voice.
Okay.
But I don't think that direction, whether it was the actress's decision or the director's decision, I think it was more supposed to be you know, she's not good at it being a vigilante. Like, that she's not meant to be. Rather than how...
apparently I think it was meant to be.
Well, they said
she
she
was meant
lasted
to be
the best.
good, yeah. I think she was supposed to be meant to be a good vigilante. But just, it sounded ridiculous, as you can hear her running, and she's going... It sounded stupid. I'm sorry. I'm actually not sorry, but it was terrible. And then she started talking with that voice, and I almost turned off the episode because I despised it. And it didn't look like the show was going.
But yet the guys are perfectly fine to use their weird voices.
No, Diggle sounds ridiculous.
Yes, he does.
He does sound ridiculous.
Okay.
Most of the time, but
and Anatoly, what's this weird thing you do with your voice?
Yeah.
All right, we don't have to keep going, but I loved it. Yeah. My little 2 seconds, I was shocked, and then they killed her. Hell no, I didn't think they were gonna kill her, because how many times in these shows do they say, kill her? Wait, I have this or that. No, they snapped her neck. Yeah. And I was like, well, a lot of people are gonna be happy about that. And I was not one of them.
Yeah, and we can talk about
I don't know why I said CGI Zoom is bad, but I don't remember what that was about.
Yeah, this Black Flash.
Oh!
He looks terrible.
Awful!
And I wrote that.
I thought it was like a Zoom.
Get a stunt double and just give him like a... Walking Dead does it all the time. Even though they know they have a bigger budget and everything, but you can still zombify their face or whatever. Just get a normal person and a stunt double. You don't even have to pay them that much.
It looked bad.
Yeah.
I liked all the little tidbits of... Because my first thing I said on here was Amaya doesn't make sense. Because having her in this universe made no sense until they explain that the Reverse Flash kept them around as pets, basically. Yeah. So I like how they're doing these different things. What does Malcolm Merlin have against Nissa Al Ghul?
I think it was in season 4 or whatever, but where he becomes Ra's al Ghul, and they had that whole... I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna take it away from you.
So is that what it is? Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Because he's like, Nissa Al Ghul is living a closeted life in the Midwest. And I was like,
so hard.
I was like, why did Malcolm want that? Why did he hate her so much?
Yeah, for a second I was like, why does that make sense?
But I did laugh at that.
Yeah. So I did, one of my first positive notes was, in whatever reality they're in, the rogues, the Flash's rogues are still the rogues. And by that I mean like Snart and Heatwave and his other villains. There's a group, they're usually called the Rogues, and they have a code where they don't kill people, which we'll get to that. They abide by rules, and they in the Flash have this respect for each other. Where sometimes, where even when the Rogues is killed, the Flash will go to his funeral and he'll have a beer with the rest of the Rogues, and they have a really good relationship. Like he respects. They don't kill people or cops or anything like that, and they respect him. So there's hints of that at the beginning because Heatwave wanted to fry one of the cops or whatever, and Snart stopped him. So
there was a Prison Break reference. Did you write it down? Because I don't remember what it was. If you get locked up, I'll break you out or something like that.
Yeah, we can break each other out.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
I didn't catch it as a reference, but I just thought that was funny because that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Rip's cowboy theme.
Oh my god. Rip this whole episode. And then the reveal that he's in a model ship.
I love it.
Have you seen the preview?
No.
Oh my gosh, there's a preview where he's in the ship and he says, Gideon, fire! And then you zoom out and he's this big and Damien Dark is getting fired on. Oh, isn't this adorable?
So they're pulling an Ant-Man, okay. I love that reveal, and first, like when they first showed Rip and his cake, I was like, what is wrong with that cake? What's with this whole theme? What's this whole theme? And I was like, oh yeah, cowboys. He's really into cowboys.
But yes, he was adorable this whole episode. And I'm Malcolm though. Why do you even keep the legends around? It's so villain ties you to the train tracks and tells you their whole story.
And they kept poking fun at those types of things, like, oh, that was a terrible monologue or whatever. Really, the villain monologue.
Nick's wig, or Nick Zano. What is his name? Steel.
Nate.
Oh my god! No, it's so bad.
It was bad.
It's not even that the haircut is bad. The actual wig is terrible.
His whole attire was terrible. Like his boots, he looked like a child.
I think that's the point. We've talked about how
he's a little childish.
But that wig is costume department. Come on.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
I loved every entrance though.
Oh god, right?
Well, except for Sarah and Amaya's whole.
I loved their entrance.
Okay. But Nate's him stumbling into the office and this whole...
Right, because that's what he did in Arrow.
Yeah. His whole thing was amazing. Ray's janitor Ray, and the way he talked, like, dude. It was great. I think that's the best, like, Ray persona I've ever seen.
Really?
That's my favorite.
I enjoyed Jefferson's voice much more this episode. I hate the voice that he uses for the character. That, like,
Detroit,
90s
Detroit
street black kid is what it is. It's like...
Black kid.
It is, though. It's like stereotypical 90s black kid.
Yeah. I always got made fun of for not having that as a child. Yeah. People would say, you're too white. You don't talk like black people.
And you just want to backhand people that say stuff like that.
Yeah. I found it annoying at first. Like, I actually found this version of his voice annoying at first, like his acting in general. But then later on, it was like it was just a scene with Thawne, I think.
When he's like ass kissing.
Yeah. It didn't seem like he knew quite what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But then when he was talking to Stein, it was great.
Yeah.
So I think like I wrote my standouts for the episode were Wentworth Miller, Matt Lesher, and Reverse Splash, and Heatwave, Dominic Purcell.
Oh, so good.
I think those three were the
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh wait, real quick, is Rip aware?
I think so.
Because none of the others are aware.
I think he is.
I think so too. That's what I got out of it.
And that was until the end of the episode. That was my quibble because they explained that they've trapped each person in like their personal hell or whatever, but that was my quibble was that it seemed like we'd missed an episode because all of a sudden he was trapped in the ship and so I felt like I was missing a lot of stuff and then.
But it comes all the way around.
Yeah.
I agreed. It was a fun episode. I liked the Damien Dark or Malcolm Merlin, whoever said it, but Sarah Lance never stays dead for long.
Yeah. It's great stuff. I think that was right before he did like this really awesome kick.
I think so. The fight scenes were all good.
Yeah, it was like this kind of black. I think Black Panther does it in Civil War, but it's like this weird capoeira kick. That looks really cool. Shooting Nate in the head. That's one of my notes as a positive. It was just funny, I guess.
Shooting Nate in the head?
With the memory gun. That looks exactly like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And I was hoping that's what it was, because I didn't see the grip on it. So I just saw like this little thing on his desk that looked like Luke's lightsaber. And I was like, please let it be a lightsaber. Please let it be a lightsaber.
Ray would have one.
Yeah.
It was one of those easy fixes, though. But again, on Legends, I'm over the easy fix thing because they don't. It's enjoyable. It's not. They're not trying to be as serious as Arrow and Supergirl with it, and Flash even. But a very easy fix that Ray, the janitor, has been working on this because he feels like he might need his memory back. Which
I had to go down one of his lines. Do you know how many toilets I've cleaned?
Yeah.
So many. I liked how each time someone got their memory back, they punched Roy in the face.
Yes, I loved it. And how he's like, if one more person punches me in the face, I'm heading back. But it's very, very good reaction. So a couple things I didn't like that were so obvious is, where the hell does Amaya go in the middle of the fight? Amaya just disappears and leaves her partner, in the middle of fighting them.
Yeah. Because
I watched it a couple times because it annoyed me so badly. And she's not held up, she's not trapped, there's no reason for her to flee. She should have, it made no sense.
It wasn't right when they picked up the gun. So I was thinking maybe she was like, I don't want to deal with that, whatever that thing is. I don't know. But yeah. It was going to be a problem with mine because Sarah was like, I'm just going to go back in undercover and then, I'll zap Amaya and everything will be dandy. But then they called her out on it and they had the whole scene with Damien and. Well,
she was gonna try to get Amaya to leave with her first so that she didn't alert them. Yeah. But then Damien uses the whole Laurel Lance and.
But that did bring up another quibble though, because they can't remember once they get their memories restored. They don't remember Like, Sarah doesn't remember what happened before, so she doesn't remember which trophy was her favorite or anything like that.
What?
Yeah, she doesn't. She gets her memory back, then she doesn't remember which trophy is her favorite.
Oh, okay.
But then later, Ray is like, "Oh, I know the entire layout of the Legion of Doom's headquarters."
Oh.
Which is completely different from Star Labs, but
and also he remembers all of the toilets he's cleaned.
Yeah, but that just reminded me of something that made me really happy, and this totally surprised me. So Thawne's headquarters. So that's if you've watched the Justice League animated series or Super Friends. Yeah, all the way back into 1970 or whatever. The headquarters looks exactly the same. They always have this swamp headquarters that's like in the shape of an evil looking skull or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly like that. It was really cool.
All right then.
So
the other thing I didn't like is how we were talking about is the spacing, the time. Like, drop the damn spear.
Yeah.
He wasn't even doing a monologue.
Yeah.
Like, just drop the spear. Don't wait for them to knock it out of your hand. When Jefferson or Jax, whatever you want to call him, goes to hit Stein with the memory gun, he walks up behind him. You could have shot him.
Yep.
I wrote here, I was like, it's insulting. Like, it pissed me off. And then for Stein to finally get a backbone and surprise him, how about let's have Jefferson walk up and go to shoot him, and then he surprises him right there, and they don't have to talk. Like, why are you talking to him? And it was just so stupid and pointless.
I wrote that down too. Why would you just not shoot Stein and then instead of stopping to explain what you're going to do to him?
Yeah, he didn't give us any information. Stein would have still known what the machine was.
Yeah, Stein continues to be, like, the stuff revolving around him and just like their use of him continues to be one of my weak points for the last couple episodes.
And Nate doesn't have his super strength or anything, but yet he can knock a speedster across the room and knock him out.
Yeah. It's kind of like the whole thing where Barry got knocked out by, Soliver, the Big Ape's shield. And that Gorilla City episode where they have the whole fight and he runs right into the Gorilla's shield.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, he would have seen you with that spear about to hit him. Mm-hmm. He's a speedster.
Well, even that, like, as the spear is powerful, I get it, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't give you super strength. But I did love Thawne getting out on top of everyone. Just how he basically won.
Yeah, I loved, there's a Buffy reference.
Oh, really?
Whether it's intentional or not. What season are you on?
There's a badger in the room.
It's not a badger. Come here.
It looks like a badger.
Come here. Oh.
What are you saying, man?
Say hello. Don't kiss me. Go away. What season of Buffy are you on?
I'm still on 2.
Oh, okay.
They took it off Netflix.
Well, what?
Yeah. On the 1st of April, they took it off.
What?
Yeah.
This is horse crap.
Yeah, I tried to watch like 5 different shows that I wanted to watch, and
Well, you can borrow my DVDs.
they're all gone. Oh,
Anyways.
I figured you would have them.
Yes,
So.
I have all 7 seasons. Anyways, I can't tell you then. Anyways, the Bored Now reference is from Buffy.
Oh, I did love that line. Bored now.
I can.
I think I've heard that.
So
I swear I've heard that.
Anyway, there's a doppelgang episode where some of the characters get turned into vampires. And they're very, very evil. Like, uber evil. And one of them, her line is bored now.
Oh.
So, and it comes back through the seasons. So anyways, I cheered very loud for that.
Okay.
Whether it's intentional or not. They took it off of Netflix. What? You should not have told me that until...
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring it back
What are you
in.
complaining about? You have the DVDs.
But why isn't it on Netflix? Anyways.
Anyways,
that's all I got, pretty much.
Well, there's a bunch of different things. The way Rip says nachos. I don't know. For some reason that cracks me up.
Oh, yeah.
Nachos. Again, I love Reverse Flash whenever he does his thing. He looks super creepy when he zooms in and like he's vibrating. And you can still tell he looks really pissed underneath. I'm just a huge fan of Zahn. I can't talk.
Neither can I.
I'm
It's
just a
fine.
huge fan of Thawne. Let's see.
Sarah's gonna kill Damien. Next episode.
Really?
I think so. It's gonna be the conclusion to the whole thing. I think she's finally gonna get to kill him.
I'm more worried about them killing Thawne because I don't want him to die. Because I think he's Barry's like best villain. So I just don't want him to.
Why is he called Reverse Flash again?
Because he wasn't a speedster. He's not a normal speedster. Like the Speed Force didn't choose him, and he became fast. He stole.
Why do you even need to explode the particle accelerator if the Speed Force gives him the power? Anyways, we're not going into it.
Anyways, short explanation. It's like he said, explained in the other episode. He studied the Flash for his entire life. He recreated the accident to become the Flash, but he uses the negative side of the Speed Force.
Okay, hang on.
I did not see this ending coming. Amaya dying.
Oh my god, I forgot!
Yeah.
Snart!
Yeah, it was good. It was really amazing. It was an amazing scene, but at the same time, it really made me angry because it goes.
He's the one who says bored now. I thought it was Thawne.
No.
Okay, I apologize. Amazing scene.
Yeah, because it's amazing, but it goes against his code of he's not a killer, and as well as him considering Mick a dog. Like he straight up calls him, yeah, I've always thought you were a dog. You know, just my weapon or whatever. So I really did not like that. But
that's probably how they're getting rid of Snart and bringing Mick back to the team.
But I hope it brings back good Snart. Somehow, some way. Bring him back!
I think what they're doing is they're going to finally have it sever the ties between Mick and Snart so they can't go back to this again.
That's what I'm afraid
Holy
of.
crap, I can't believe I forgot about that. I thought it was Thawne that said bored now, but yeah, it was Snart.
Yeah.
And then he kills Amaya.
I love that.
I
love this scene.
So it shocks me again. That's right. Now I remember it did. It shocked me 3 times.
And Nick Zano, like at first I was like, I didn't like his reaction to it, but then I rewound it. But then I watched it again. And
oh my gosh! How about the part where she calls him something and he's like, "In my reality, we had sex and we both liked it."
that was a negative and a positive for me. I thought it was hilarious. But then it comes back to Nick and his obsession with sex.
Well, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and when they meet Sarah and he says something about evil Sarah or something, and Mick's like, "I like it," and she blows him a kiss.
Yeah.
I love Mick and Sarah, and I miss them.
And we also got a little hint of the relationship between Amaya, well, not relationship, but between Amaya and Mick. How she's the only person that really, trusts him and everything. It was just a really heartbreaking scene. The way that Dominic Purcell reacted to it, like he just, hung his head and then he walked away.
Yep, he just left. Because he knows that he did this.
He's just going to shoot Snart, but then,
it was really well done. Did you watch? So you didn't watch the preview at all? All I remember from the preview is seeing Sarah and Damien fight, and I think she's going to get to kill him finally. And Rip and the tiny wave rider shooting Damien.
Can't wait for that. I hope she doesn't kill him, because that dashes my dreams of a Legion of Doom spinoff.
Oh, God.
Which would be a lot better than Black Lightning.
I will not watch that.
I'd rather
or if I watch that, I will not be joining on a review for it. I don't have time.
I'd rather watch that than Black Lightning.
Well, me too.
They showed a new picture of his suit. The first picture of Black Lightning's suit.
Oh, are we done with Legends?
I think so.
I think that's all I got on it. So, like I said, I enjoy the episode when I just look at it as it's fun, but at the same time, I guess I kind of want it to take itself a little more seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
But then you can't.
But then they did this, which was pretty serious.
Holy crap. I completely forgot about that end scene. I can't believe it. Alright, so there's our Legends. Let's jump into Arrow, which you thought it was slow this week?
I did not like this episode.
Why?
This is one of my least favorite episodes, I think, in recent memory.
Why?
So basically, the entire episode was... Okay, I had this worded out perfectly, but now I've forgotten how I was going to do it. But anyways, so basically this entire episode was Diggle walks into a room and goes, well, Oliver is being like this, and we have to save Oliver, and all.
Yes.
Yeah, this how every scene, like half of the scene started was Diggle walks into a room and interrupts someone's conversation.
And jumps in on the conversation, right? And I'm like,
it's
that's
annoying.
enough.
It's annoying.
I agree there.
Oh, okay, so the other thing was, the other part of the episode was, can I have the room? How many times, I'm sick of those scenes. Hey, can we have the room? It's so rude, by the way.
Right, it includes
so
a team.
rude.
You're a team.
Well, no. It's rude in the fact that, like, okay, so if you have two people who are going to talk, you leave the room, which they did once.
Yeah.
But it's always, can we have the room? And so everyone has to stop what they're doing and walk out of the room. So rude.
Excuse me.
And I'm just over it because every CW show does it. They always have to have the "Can I talk to you" moments.
I saw Willa Holland's name in the opening credits, and I guess I haven't seen it in the other episodes, and I got really excited because I thought she was back.
Oh, so that was another big problem. Okay, so Oliver gets tortured.
And missing.
Yeah.
And Thea doesn't come back.
And the only thing we get is, I talked to Thea. Is she coming? No. She says, call her if there's an update. Really?
Where is Willa Holland? Is she doing something that she can't be on the show, or do they just not have a storyline for her?
If that's the case, then have her be in this episode rather than another episode where she doesn't do anything.
Exactly. Like, what? Maybe I need to research this, because why is Willa Holland not in this season as much? And it comes back to the whole, let's bring in new characters and not give storylines to our current characters, which Supergirl is doing.
And it goes to makes me ask why Guggenheim's rule is he'll never kill Thea when you're not even using her in the first place. She might as well be a dead character.
Yeah, I mean, if the actress wants to leave, they did it on Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I was very upset when Allison died, but I immediately Googled it and found out that the actress wanted to leave, and they felt that was the most organic way to do it. And I agree.
Well, good for her.
Still sucks.
It's like,
and then she came back for oh.
Get out of here.
Right.
I don't even know.
Right? I'm like, you're not even...
Maybe I'll come back to it at some point.
Okay. Gosh, that season's so good with Evil Styles.
Yeah.
Alright. Anatoly, I love him.
Yeah, he was great.
I like him better in the past, though.
Yeah. I didn't like this whole turning him into a kind of a villain, but then they kind of pulled it back and... Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like seeing him in Oliver fight.
No. And it's actually kind of, I'm over that whole thing now, too, where they keep making a deal and breaking a deal, and then you're not part of Bratva anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, how many times are you going to do this? They're like an old couple.
I'm watching Sons of Anarchy again, and at this point, this person, one of these people would be dead. for
a gang.
Yeah.
They made a trank ammo reference.
Yes.
So I finally heard that. Diggle says we don't have our trank ammo because Oliver's locked them out. But you have Felicity and Curtis. And it took you 4 scenes before Curtis was able to hack Oliver. Come on.
I missed that line.
You didn't? Yeah, when Diggle walks in to talk to Oliver in the lair, he says you didn't think Curtis would hack the hack the codes.
I didn't think
Felicity
that way,
and
though.
Curtis can do everything like that, and they can't hack Oliver in a second.
Oh man.
Or they don't have. Anyways.
Yes, the guy who couldn't pull memory from a damaged drive. That's where he met Felicity.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Talking T-spheres. It may look good in the comic book, but it does not look good on the screen.
They did not do a good job, no. I had trouble hearing a lot of the lines in this episode.
Yeah.
When Curtis goes into the Helix lair and Felicity says, how did you... Oh, you did this, you son of a bitch. And then they explain what he did. I rewatched it 4 times and I still couldn't hear what he was saying.
It's always you son of a bitch. Like
I like it though. Like from How I Met Your Mother. You son of a bitch.
it drives me nuts. Like it was... I think the worst it was like was in the where they found out that Adrian was Prometheus, and that was all that Lance said. That was basically all his lines for the entire show. The episode.
So earlier in the episode, I wrote in my notes, is Oliver broken or playing him? And we find out that he's broken. I kind of would have rathered him be playing him.
That was my second biggest problem with this episode, was just the way they handled that. Because the entire time, we've talked about it before, this isn't going to last. And I didn't feel like...
One episode.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like there was a good resolution for that.
No. That Diggle just keeps talking to him. I mean, at least they explain why Diggle is the one that is so on Oliver's side. When he talks about, when I killed my brother and I wanted to rot in a sail, you brought me back. You told me to atone. Game of Thrones reference. The whole sins thing. Confess.
Yeah. Okay.
And then atone. And then Felicity even says that the mini Felicity doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I heard that reference.
So there were several Game of Thrones references in the last couple episodes.
But yeah, that brought my second biggest problem with this episode was that the way they handled Oliver, and then Stephen Amell's acting. Whispering does not good acting make, Because that's all he does in this episode. Like, he doesn't look broken.
Yeah.
He just whispers.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to think that his soul's been broken, I guess.
Yeah. I love the team this episode.
Yeah. Yes. I had very little quibbles about them, except for Curtis's jokes.
Actually, they were funny to me. And I liked when they're like, who's the new Diggle?
I like that one. Yeah.
And then she just goes, okay, you're right. So the fact she wasn't petty just there, that makes her the new Dig.
Yeah. I like that one.
And then Renee is like, apparently he's not on the board anymore because Renee threatened to bust a cap in his ass. And he just, looks at Dinah like...
Yeah, I love that whole delivery of how what's his fit? Diggle did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lance and Chase. So I was telling you, I don't know how much I like it anymore, and I'm so torn because on the Lance and Chase thing where he walks into Oliver's office.
You SOB.
Yeah, well,
you
and Lance
SOB.
is like right in his ear talking to him, and Chase is in his Prometheus demeanor starts threatening him right back, and Oliver's like the ringleader saying, "Stop it." I loved it, but at the same time, I'm like, why is he still working with him? Like, why? Like, what is going on? What is the...
Because he takes his job very seriously.
Seriously, as the mayor. So
no, I mean, as the ADA. I mean, that's what...
Well, no, I'm talking about why is Oliver still able to work with him if he's so broken, because he's more broken about his own issues than what Chase did to him, apparently.
Yeah.
And you're rooting for Chase? He is a straight-up psychopath.
Yes, I'm rooting for Chase. Yeah, by the way, I was rooting for Chase.
He stabs that guy like 50 times after he's clearly dead.
And I laughed out loud at that moment where he throws the pen. Because the entire time I was like, because he puts his hand over to get the pen.
I thought it was a knife.
It was a pen.
Oh.
And the whole time I was like, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes! He did it.
But then he stabs him like 100 times. He's just a straight up psychopath.
If you give me a good performance and a good character, I will be 100% behind them.
I mean, I'm on it. I like him, but you're all like rooting for him.
Yeah, I want him to get away. He got away.
For now.
And I was sad that his identity got outed because I love those scenes where he's in the office with everyone else and he can do anything he wants and they can't do anything. I love those scenes.
Yeah.
I could go another season with that.
See, that's what I couldn't. It's getting old for me.
I think he's coming back because I think they're going to drop his storyline. He rides off into the distance for a while. And then they're going to bring back Dolph Lundgren.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because he's not dead, so... So I think they're going to tie up the Russian stuff as the series
That makes
finale.
sense.
And this is where they're always usually falls apart.
Oh my gosh.
Season 2, it was the suddenly Olicity is the reason for everything. Yeah.
I'll tell you what though. Is it season 1 or season 2 when Oliver... It's season 2 because Slade Wilson. Oliver confesses his love for Felicity, but it's a joke.
Oh, it was a joke?
Yeah, don't you remember? He confesses his love for Felicity.
I didn't think it was a joke.
It's when in the Queen Mansion, he confesses his love for Felicity. Sets up Slade.
Yeah.
That tore my heart out. I was not an Olicity shipper until I saw that scene, and I was like, okay. And then it was all fake, which we know in hindsight it was really him telling her his true feelings, but it was supposed to be fake. But it tore my heart out when they showed us that it was fake. Anyways.
See, that was back when I loved Felicity. But even then, I was like, boo! Because I wanted him and Sarah. Because I wanted him and Sarah to stay together.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No. Boo!
I would much rather him and Laurel
Boo!
than Sarah.
Boo!
No. Sarah couldn't stay with him. She had to go to Legends.
Boo! No. At that point, she was just in the ether. They just killed her for no reason.
Well, they knew it was coming. Oh, and I like how Lance called it a spiritual retreat.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're telling the media.
And he comes back looking worse than...
Well, but that's what they told the media.
Yeah.
It made me laugh.
I did like that Susan tried to out Adrian as Prometheus to the police.
Oh, she did? I missed that.
She said that when they... Because I guess when they rescued her, she went to the police and they debriefed her or whatever. And she tried to tell them, oh, it's... Agent Chase. But they said he had airtight alibis.
Oh, makes sense. But now he's out.
Yeah. I love that song, too, that they just threw in. It was totally out of the tone for Arrow, but...
But for Chase.
I loved it.
However, I know he's smart and all, but just because they got a text message, he knew what was going on.
It makes sense to me because It's always that thing like someone's talking behind your back.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's like everything goes quiet.
Yeah, I guess. What else you got? You got lots of notes over there.
Yeah, kind of. Wild Dog had a really cool moment where he came in through the window, and I think it was when he saved Dinah when they were in that trying to stop the not the KGB but the Brapa. Whatever.
Basically.
Russians.
Just not government.
Where he comes flying through the window. That looked really cool.
That was good. I loved Dinah this episode.
Yeah.
Like she had a really good episode. I liked their suits when they didn't have their suits. Their ninja suits. Yeah. Why is Oliver in a mask and not the damn hood?
Because he doesn't deserve the hood.
Oh my god.
He's not worthy.
Okay, another thing that I don't like is the same thing, the whole pacing or whatever it is. But Anatoly says, kill them over the walkie. And they have two or three automatic rifles on them. Pull the trigger. Instead, I understand it's supposed to happen simultaneously. We're supposed to hear him say it, and then as Dinah comes in, that's supposed to all be happening at the same time. But still, it doesn't take but a millisecond to unleash on the hostages. No, I'm not saying I want them to die, but I hate that aspect of movies and television.
That one didn't bother. Some of them bother me more than others. That one didn't bother me.
The legends all were.
I think the worst one is the Mon-El one on the spaceship.
Oh gosh.
Where him and the alien look at each other. And
that was so bad. That was in episode 9.
It was the Supergirl Lives one. Should we talk about the news that was released about Katie Cassidy?
What news was released about Katie Cassidy?
Oh, she is a season regular for season 6.
I'm done.
As Black Siren.
I'm done.
Right? I don't understand.
Why? What are they even gonna do? So now we're gonna have 2 Black Canaries, basically.
And Quentin's gonna start drinking again.
Are you serious? Probably because of Black Siren.
Yeah, because it's his daughter, but it's not his daughter.
Writers, what are you doing?
What upsets me is they took one of the biggest aspects of the Green Arrow character, Black Canary, and they've just completely destroyed it. We've had 3 different Black Canaries. I mean, 2 would have been fine because in the comic books it was her mother, and then it was the daughter. But we've killed the Lances how many times?
And brought them back. Why would you kill Katie Cassidy's character off just to bring her back? Are they doing it because of the fan outcry when they killed her?
Maybe.
Because they need to stop with the following the fans.
Yeah. If
you're gonna listen to the fans, then start listening to them about Supergirl. And cut this Mon-El Kara crap.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me if they did that. But yeah, for some reason with Arrow, I don't know, maybe because it's the first show, but in the fan base, I think it's bigger for that show than any other ones. But yeah, where they just, whatever the fans say is, they take it as gospel or something. I don't know. It's really strange. I don't think I've ever seen a show that caters so much to the fans.
Well, it happened back in the 70s or 80s. I don't know what it was with Dallas.
I don't.
So a main character on the show was killed off, and and this is what I talked to you with the 100 thing and the Lexa killing her off. The fan outcry when that happened was before the internet.
You mean Batgirl?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But it was before the internet, and they had such a high response, writing in letters. They erased an entire season of the show, and said it was all a dream.
Oh wow.
So let's say it was season 3. They kill him off. Season 4 starts with his wife walking in to him taking a shower, and basically telling him all about the dream and how she's so glad he's safe. And the whole season was erased because of fan outcry.
Wow.
So that was huge. Then you get the Lexa thing. If you're going to listen to the fans, listen to them in that. Because...
Well, whatever his name is, just an idiot.
Jason Rothenberg.
And I'm trying to be convinced that Berlanti and Guggenheim are idiots.
So just why... I mean, you need to listen to your fan base to a point, I guess. But don't let them dictate how you do. I don't know.
If it makes sense for the story, then do it. But... I mean, it's like I keep bringing it up, but it works so well. The whole Michael Shakes thing with Stargate. He left. He said, "You're not doing anything with my character," even though they were. It just wasn't to his liking. So he's like, "I take my job seriously. So please write me out." But he's still in there for 3 seasons, and it was like the most 3 episodes. But it was the most character development he'd had for like 2 seasons, and then they brought him back for the next season. He just took one season off, and it was great.
Go ahead.
I mean, but yeah, if they'd done that, if that had been the case with Katie Cassidy, then it would have been fine. But what they did with her was she started out great, and her acting's never been bad. She's a good actress, or actor.
I wouldn't say it's never been bad.
Yeah, I mean, but it's been
good.
But yeah, I mean, mostly the writing for her character that was just so stupid that she was like a drug addict, and then she wasn't, and then she was. They weren't doing anything with her character, so they killed her off.
And it cheapens the death. It cheapens the importance of it and everything. And then if you, oh my gosh, I understand they have other gigs and all this other stuff, but Rip had another gig, so they had to take him off a couple episodes, and they made it work.
And he came back with better acting.
Yes, Orphan Black.
Not that he was bad before, but
Orphan Black, the actress Evelyn Brochure who plays Delphine had another commitment, so they had to write her out of most of season 4. But yet they brought her back at the end once her commitment was done. Same thing with The 100. I'm not going to go on it too badly, but if the actor or actress is willing to do it, she went to be a star, understandably, better role, better contract on the Fear the Walking Dead. They shoot 6 episodes in the first season, and I think, 13 in each season or something like that?
Or maybe 16. And
they're pretty much opposite. So, actors have to put in work all the time. I don't know. You can just do it better.
It comes back to what I've been saying this whole recap, that I don't think Guggenheim has a plan for anything.
Well, that was Jason Rothenberg.
But it's Guggenheim and his, we have a plan for this, but they obviously don't. Like, the whole thing, like, one of the things was Vigilante, where they're like, we have a plan for this character in the next season. But like, the way he worded it was like, it was obvious.
What is he in this season?
I don't care. We don't care about him.
Real quick, the whole the trophies of Mask was pretty cool and pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah.
To see all of them dead.
Yeah, it was. Flash looks stupid, but...
So anything else on this real quick, and we can talk about what you just said? And I want to do it, even though you're the one that found it.
Not that it's actual news, but... Yeah, sure.
So Jadon texted me, and I about dropped my phone because I'm so excited. Alicia Debnam Carey is who played Lexa on The 100, and she is also playing Alicia Clark on Fear the Walking Dead. Joss Whedon is in talks or rumored?
He's in talks. He's
we all know I love Joss Whedon.
It's just fine tuning this deal or whatever, but
Joss Whedon is in talks to write the screenplay and direct.
Write, produce, and direct.
A Batgirl standalone.
Yep.
And Alicia Debnam Carey is in discussion. I don't know if it... not with her. Yeah. Not with the actress. Her name has been discussed as a possible Batgirl.
Between fans.
And I want it so hard. Yes!
They also threw in... Someone also put in Lindsay Morgan.
Who's that? That's Raven.
Yeah.
No, I like Lindsay Morgan. No.
I like... that's my favorite fan casting. Because some people keep throwing in Emma Stone's name.
Ooh, no. Although she fits...
She's good in everything, but I don't want her as Batgirl.
I don't want her in the action scenes, sorry.
No.
Alicia Debnam Carey has proven that she can do action in her fight scenes as Lexa. They were awesome. She tends to take over a scene as an actress. I've seen her in a couple different things, mostly just scenes, and I am a fan of hers, but she does tend to take over a scene when she's in it. And when they let her be Lexa, and she was supposed to be commanding and control a room, she does it well. And she could do the split personality. I'm down. I would watch it.
So would I. Yeah, she's...
And it's Joss Whedon.
Out of everyone that I've seen, I'm on the fence with him, but...
Yeah. Oh, and Buffy had a reunion, and somehow they kept it under wraps until they so they put it all out there, and I've been fangirling like crazy.
Yeah, it was CinemaCon, I think it was... Was it CinemaCon? I don't know.
Nicholas Brendan looks amazing. He played Xander.
They all look really good. I think so. They all looked...
But Nicholas Brendan had some weight issues, but he also just kind of went through this weird state, which, I mean, he's human, when he was on Criminal Minds for a little bit.
Everyone on that show has some sort of issue.
But he looks phenomenal. I didn't even recognize him. Anything else?
There was something else that we...
Jadon did a reaction to some trailers, and hopefully we'll get Adam and we'll do some stuff, maybe some Power Rangers discussion, because it's so good. But we gotta get going.
Yeah, so actually look for... I'm gonna do some reactions for other stuff, like War for the Planet of the Apes, King Arthur, new trailer for that one, and... Well, there's one that... Oh, The Mummy just dropped another one tonight, so...
Jeez. Stop remaking movies. I just found out they're doing another Jumanji with The Rock.
Ugh, I'm so sick of him. I'm over The Rock.
And Josh Gad. I don't like him either.
I like him.
He annoys me. But anyways, we're assholes, it's fine. Or I am.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Comment, subscribe, talk to us on Tumblr. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, I guess.
See you later.
Bye, guys.